Welcome to 6 Feet of History. Okay, we've got a crazy one. The first I heard was a one-armed guy getting into a fist fight, and that had me at that. I was interested. Why is he trying to get into a fist fight? He must be ticked off about something. Okay, stop. Fighting Tom Sweeney, the one-armed general who apparently didn't know when to quit. Imagine getting into a fist fight with your superior officer. Now imagine that superior officer is a general. Now imagine you're missing an arm. You must be pretty damn pissed off about something, huh? Well, that's exactly what happened to Brigadier General Thomas William Sweeney. And if getting into a fist fight with a superior while you're already down an arm isn't crazy enough, this same one-armed general had previously been shot in the only good arm he had, twice, and wounded in the legs, and he still kept fighting. So who the hell was this guy? Well, let's talk about Fighting Tom. Thomas William Sweeney was born in Cork, Ireland. Okay, right out of the gate, dead giveaway. We know. Fighting Irish, you ever heard of that? Yep, okay. Yeah, he's gonna be swinging on people. And he's born on Christmas Day, so yeah, we got a present coming. He immigrated to the United States as a young man and eventually joined the U.S. Army. Wait. Full stop. We know there's more to this. And that's why I stopped as well. I was like, hold on. We gotta dig deeper. Something crazy went on in his childhood. And sure enough. So, Thomas's dad passed away when he was 7, forcing him to basically be the man of the house. Being stubborn, being tough, and fighting through whatever. But he didn't have anyone teaching him anything. He had to learn it all on his own. So, yeah. So pretty much right out of the gate, he's hit with pretty much the worst form of adversity any child could have. Losing a parent. And he loses his father at 7 years old, putting him into a position that no child should be in. A parent of the house, essentially, the man of the house. At 7 years old, he's going to make tons of mistakes that are going to form him into the man of stubbornness, a problem with authority, and really just having to just whip it through life. That's when things start to go crazy right out of the gate. His mother knew she needed to get him to a land or a situation of opportunity, and that's when they took the voyage to America. At 12 years old, Thomas was of all things swept overboard. A huge wave reportedly knocked him off of the ship Augusta, and he was in the water for roughly 35 minutes before 3 sailors went out in a boat and rescued him. One later account says he fought to stay afloat to get back into the ship for about an hour and a half. But that's just the start. You see, and that's where the story actually takes a good twist. You know, with his brother and his mom getting him to America, she realized she kind of had a problem. You know, she's got no father figure in his life, so she could either meet a man and do that or be busy working. And of course, she's going to be busy working, which left Thomas and his brother to basically cause mischief. Well, she wasn't going to allow that, so she got them involved in the military clubs and things like that, where he was able to pick up, military literacy and start pushing forward and get actual discipline from men older than him, have camaraderie from other kids and stuff like that. So for a while, it was actually turning into a good story, where he was able to come over to America, fall off of a boat, get rinsed clean of some things that he shouldn't have faced as a child. Needless to say, that's where he got his shot and his commission into the Mexican Wars. And a lot of involvement was the economic crisis back then in the 1930s, prior to those wars, leaving a single mom and 2 kids in a tough situation. So he was contemplating, I've got to do something. I've got to figure something out to help my family out. And really going down the pathway of the military was pretty much his only option. He had been schooling in it and been in clubs in New York, and really just trying to learn as much as he possibly could to stay on the right path. He wasn't beating kids up around behind a school or anything. He was learning how to fight and how to fight the correct way. In formations, with tons of men to his left and tons of men to his right, and leading them, pushing forward. And again, that's why he got his commission. Well, why do I like this? So this kid has been studying this stuff for a long time. He understands it pretty well. He believes in it. He's passionate about it. And that passion eventually paid off. By the time the Mexican-American War broke out in 1846, Sweeney wasn't some kid who had suddenly decided he wanted to play soldier. He had spent years learning discipline, the structure, the responsibility that came with military life. He had learned how to depend on the men beside him, how to follow orders, and eventually how to give them. And now he had his opportunity to put all that training to the test. He received his commission as a second lieutenant and headed off to Mexico. And this is where Thomas Sweeney's life changes forever. Because Mexico wasn't simply going to make him a veteran, it was going to take his arm. Oh no. I hate to tell you this, it gets worse. He doesn't just lose his arm there, he gets injured in the groin. And at that moment, once I found that out, I was like, I think I'm just going to pause this video for a bit and give him like a moment of why? Why? From one man to another, why? So, sorry, Thomas, but you got to whip it out. What happened? Nope, we're taking a moment of silence. We're doing things differently here. That's messed up. That shouldn't have happened. Stay tuned for episode 2. Thanks for coming along. 6 feet of history. Or 6 inches of history. Sorry, Thomas. What? 6 inches is generous.